Hello. Ooh, we've already got 10 people in here waiting for me. I was 1 minute late to my own party. Welcome to the Liquid Gold Webinar Masterclass with me, Rye, from the New School Kitchen. I'm drinking some liquid gold. I'll tell you what it is when we get to that part of the class. It's warm because, oh my gosh, I don't know how it is where you are, but it's cold here. Too cold for North Carolina. I'm super excited for tonight, and you should be too. We're going to get started really quickly and right away. As you join, I'm going to ask, and I want you to answer, what was your favorite beverage as a child? What was your favorite drink? What was the thing you would open the refrigerator and go like, oh yes, I'm having some of that? Or the thing you would get at school or your grandma's house or wherever. What was that drink for you? We have a chat box and we're going to be using it. Enable chat. Chat is on. Okay. I'm going to go into the chat room. Hello, hello. It is so cold. We've got Laura and Sylvia and Christine and Liz. Caroline, hello. I'm thrilled you ladies are here. And gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen, you're welcome here too. I did hear that the chat box is not necessarily available if you're on a phone. My deepest apologies. I will send a complaint to Webinar Jam. But if you're on a laptop or a computer, please chitty chat away. And if you're on a phone, I don't know, chat with yourself, answer out loud. Tell your partner sitting in bed next to you who's like, what are you listening to? Chat with us. This is going to be really fun and really juicy and really good. We've got chocolate milk, Diet Coke, and milk so far. Ooh, somebody liked Tang. That's a thing, huh? My hair, thank you. I got a haircut, Peggy. Like 8 inches chopped off. I said, just take off the dead stuff. And she was like, huh? Mine was my favorite drink. Oh, strawberry quick. Not chocolate milk, strawberry milk. And I would have like that syrup that you could put in the milk and stir around. Gosh, so much dairy. Somebody was an apple juice girl. Hello, Mary Lee. Drinks weren't her thing, says Caroline. Coca-Cola, beer. Yeah, I was a kid when I started drinking beer. Dr. Pepper, lots of liquids that are not necessarily gold, but liquids nonetheless. Amy says the chat is working on her phone. So folks, make sure you're looking for the little chat feature on your phone. I'm going to make sure that all of my ducks are in a row here while we finish joining and while we type in our favorite liquid golds. Go ahead and share what your favorite liquid was as a teenager. I would say not tequila for me. I had one of those terrible tequila experiences. Let's see. There we go. My presentation is in there. This is going to be a blast. So what'll happen is that I will talk to you just like this. You'll have a chance to respond and reply. And I will also run a slideshow so you will see both me and the slides that I have so diligently prepared for you. Last night, it was funny. I had a conversation with my 10-year-old about perfectionism because he got a progress report and it said sometimes he's not able to make progress because of perfectionism. And we talked about perfectionism and how it holds us back. And we just got to go with it sometimes, even when it's imperfect. And at 7:45, when I should have been getting ready, I was like, must make slides perfect. And I had to hear myself saying it to my son. And I took a deep breath and I let it go. So they're not perfect, friends. And that's okay because perfection is boring, isn't it? All right, I am going to start the actual, there we go. Hello, cheers. Hold your drink up if you're ready and type in a yes in the chat box if you are present and super excited to jump in. I'm going to encourage you to close out any of your other open windows, any open browsers, any programs running on your computer or your phone that's going to make your reception a whole lot better. The idea is to interact. Community is what makes these calls work. So I may not be able to answer every single question that comes in, especially if we get up in numbers. We're at 63, phenomenal. But somebody on my team, my brilliant, wonderful, amazing team, Mary, Julia, Anna, and Chelsea are all here, and they will be chiming in and answering your questions as well. Welcome to Liquid Gold, your key for transformation. We're talking about the word transformation tonight I want to present the 5-part formula for it. Liquid gold is one of the 5 parts to it, and that's the juicy part that I'll dig into and give you lots of information. I know that's what you're after, but this has been transformative, not just for me, but for some other women. I'm going to show you some before and after pictures of tonight, and I can't wait to share it with you. Okay, by the end of this masterclass, you will be able, or you will understand the 5 keys to transformation. So however you want to approach transformation with nourishment in your own life at your own pace, you'll know what the components are that are needed to be successful. You'll feel equipped to start your own transformation using liquid gold. I'm going to outline all 5, and I'll tell you about a 6th bonus one in the presentation tonight in detail. And you will have confidence that a liquid gold transformation is possible for you. Okay, couple of little housekeeping items here. My message is unique, and I don't say that to just puff myself up. I say that because food is never just about food. Give me a holler or a wave or an oh yeah if you know the truth of that. Food stuff, our food complexities, our food hangups, our emotional eating, whatever it is that's got you a little bit tangled up, it's never really just about food, about a potato or about a piece of broccoli. It's about all of the other stuff that food has become to us and for us, because we do it all the time, and we've done it since we were in grandma's kitchen drinking chocolate milk and apple juice when we were little. It's complex. I'm going to share some really valuable information with you tonight that I have gathered specifically over the last year, although over the 8 years that I've been working coaching clients around nourishment. But I'm also going to share an offer with you at the end of the presentation for my transformation group coaching program that starts February 1st. I won't go on and on for forever, but I do want you to know about this because I think it could be really valuable for you. And also, I don't want to be sneaky and teach you a class and then be like a used car salesman at the end. It's not really my style. So I'm telling you up front, I'm going to make you an offer at the end. I really want you to stay for the whole thing, not just to hear the offer, but because I've got a juicy liquid gold recipe ebook available for you, only those of you who are watching live, the 70 of you on right now, that will be instantly available and downloadable to you. We'll just pop it up on the screen and you can snatch it and enjoy it. This webinar is for you if you consistently put off changing your eating, or you do the thing where you start Monday morning over and over again for some time in the future, for when you get married, for when you're going to get ready to get pregnant, for when you move, for after the holidays, for I don't know when, but not now, not now. This webinar masterclass is for you if you get overwhelmed by all the nutrition advice out there, and you don't really know what's a yes, what's a no. Your neighbor went on paleo and lost 40 pounds, and your best friend became a raw vegan and has never looked better, and both of them are telling you the other one is wrong. And meanwhile, your mom is on keto, and you're super confused. Not to mention what's coming up in your news feed and in your email box about which diet is right. This is for you if you have digestive issues. If any of these resonate, just give me a little wave. If you have an autoimmune diagnosis, if you have been diagnosed with cancer, I'm now working with 3 women in their 30s with breast cancer. Nope, 2 with breast cancer and 1 with uterine and ovarian. So yeah, not okay, not right, totally related to food and nourishment. This is for you if you're overweight or underweight. We live in a nation of malnourished, obese people. That's together there. Obesity doesn't mean that you're well nourished, right? So think about that oxymoron and that juxtaposition of things for a second. And this is for you if you struggle with mental health, with anxiety and depression. Totally 100% related to nourishment. I don't want to say that there's not other factors, but this is for you if. This is for you if you feel alone in your food stuff. If you feel like nobody's supporting you, you're alone in your household, you're alone at work, you're alone in your family, and you feel a little freakish or frustrated or annoyed by that isolation. That's for real, and that's a barrier we'll get into a little bit tonight. You're not alone here with me, friends. Hello, I'm Rai. In case you don't know me, I know a lot of you, but I don't know many of you, and I'm thrilled so many are on live tonight. I am a Duke certified integrative health coach. I studied at Duke Integrated Medicine to help people change their habits and behaviors around their health, and it's been a tremendous experience getting to support mostly women, but a lot of men over the last 8 years. I've done probably over 500 hours of coaching between my online coaching that I do a little bit like this format, but much more direct, and teaching. And most importantly, I think I asked for some feedback from a few clients, said like, what is it about coaching that works for you when I was putting this together? And several of them said, the way that you listen to me, the way that you've listened. And there's something really powerful about being heard. And I believe that's a lot of what has set me apart in this work and made me successful. I love to listen. Yeah, you're here, Gabe. This is wonderful. And I love that you're all chiming in and chatting. Yes, yes, yes. Keep it coming. The top 4 things that I hear my clients say when they are able to change their nourishment habits is that their digestion improves. Oh my gosh, isn't life awful when you're pooping too much or not pooping at all? Yes. When you have stomach aches? It's so hard for me to be in a good mood when I have a stomach ache. Can anybody relate to this? Decreased inflammation. There's one of the magic words that I'll use a couple times tonight. Digestion, inflammation, and immunity are big ones here inside the New School Kitchen and are 100% relevant to the conversation we're having tonight. Healthy immune function, a system that is not attacking itself or attacking the tissues and viruses and bacteria in your body. And improved mental health. Just state of mind. Gosh, isn't life really quite beautiful when you're not wrestling against yourself? And at the bottom here, ooh, it might be covered by my face. I didn't realize that would happen. There's a shift in attitude that can happen when you embrace these principles I'm going to talk about tonight. A shift in attitude towards your nourishment process. And for many people, especially a lot of the women I work with who struggle with this chronically, there's more self-love and self-acceptance that happens with that. And self-love can be kind of a cheesy word, but it's for real. It's for real life-changing when you can look at yourself and like who you are. The coolest thing I have experienced in the last 8 years of coaching clients is this empowerment that happens. I never expected this, but the food starts to change. You think, great, your nourishment is on point. Awesome, now what? And my clients start moving and leaving jobs that are unsatisfying and finding that love of their life, or finally getting pregnant, or leaving the relationship that's abusive and not working. There's a thing that happens when you change your nourishment, when your cells are completely saturated with good food and nutrition, and when your mind and your body are aligned, that makes you just invincible in a lot of ways. That makes you want to tackle other areas of your life that are not aligned. And this is the bonus I wasn't expecting for myself and for my clients. And this is just the super duper exciting stuff, Okay, why liquid gold? Why are we here? Let's get in and start getting into the juicy of what is compelling about this subject and why we're all here tonight, all 77 of us. Good number, yes. Besides, I put my gold, it's not real gold. I put a gold necklace on for the liquid gold webinar. And I have a gold, this is actually my great grandmother's cocktail ring. This is rubies and gold that was left for me. How cool is that? And I just felt like with the topic of liquid gold, I wanted to kind of match that and bring you some classiness. My members know that's not always the case when I'm coaching. I can get really real, and I definitely don't wear a bunch of gold and diamonds all the time. Okay, whoops, missed my first one here. Why liquid gold? Liquid gold allows you to pack in more nutrients in the day-to-day. Guys, I really want you to take this away tonight. Nutrient density matters. I see so many clients that are doing like pretty good, right? Oh, for breakfast I have some eggs. And for lunch, maybe I'll just grab some yogurt and berries, or, I'll roll up some turkey and have it with a little bit of cheese, and I'll put a piece of lettuce around it. Yeah. And then for dinner, it might be taco night. So, I'll have a couple of wraps, and maybe it's a grain-free wrap, or maybe I put it on a taco salad, again, with just some lettuce and some beef, and maybe there were some chopped peppers in there. And it's like, oh, okay, you're eating some real food. You're doing a decent job. You're not eating McDonald's, but that is not a nutrient-dense day. Nutrients matter if you want to heal your body. Nutrients matter if you want to lose weight. You have got to understand it and get behind this concept if you want liquid gold to change your life and your body. Liquid gold delivers nutrients in high concentration. So when you put nutrients in a drink, i.e. smoothies and juices and other drinks I will tell you about, when you extract nutrients from plants mostly, you are able to drink way more of them. You are able to get 9, 10 cups of vegetables in per day. And that's what's needed for the body to thrive. It's also those vitamins, those minerals, those phytonutrients, the stuff in plants that makes them kind of magical. They're able to absorb into the digestive tract. This is really important for those of us who struggle to digest food well or have an autoimmune diagnosis that's digestive in nature. Absorb into the digestive tract where you might be eating that salad and a whole lot of it's just passing through whole. Liquid gold gently supports the body. Now, the word gentle isn't always used in the context of transformative programs, right? And these big words that we're throwing around. To think gentle means like, oh, gentle must not be effective. Way back up from that. Gentle is critical to support the body to do what your body already knows how to do, which is to heal, which is to regenerate. Our bodies are amazing, guys. I want you to understand that your body is amazing. And if you're here and you've got a discouraging diagnosis or you're not able to lose weight or you're struggling with inflammation, whatever it is, my guess is that you've come to believe that your body is working against you, that your body is failing you. Who feels that way? That disappointed in how their body functions. I want you to really start shifting that mindset for yourself that your body is amazing and it does miraculous things when it's given the right stuff. And we're going to talk about what that stuff is tonight. Liquid gold can repair the damaged tissues in the body. So the liquid doesn't just give you the nutrients so your body can do what it does best. It can also actually go in there and, like, I imagine it like mending, like a grandma mending and sewing up and fusing tissues back together in the gut wall. This is really exciting stuff. Liquid gold can deliver probiotic and prebiotic goodness to the gut. Aren't those buzzwords? Allowing for digestion to occur the way it was meant to, the way nature intended. And liquid gold, most importantly, I think, for this audience, I need you to understand, it can replace and help you cut back on the liquids and the foods that are keeping you inflamed and overweight and sick and unhappy. The alcohol, the sugary drinks, the processed foods, the refined sugar, the dairy. For a lot of us, I mean, so many of us said milk. I don't know if so many of us are still drinking milk, but dairy is pervasive in this culture. The factory farmed meat and poor quality proteins that are 100% contributing to cancer and other diseases. And just the packaged junk. Don't be deceived. I get people all the time to say, well, then I snack on Lara bars. And then I bought it at Whole Foods, these, grain-free, this, that, and the other thing. I call that health food junk food. And there's totally a time and a place for it, especially if you're traveling and, maybe 5-10% of the time to, bring a little convenience and joy into the equation. But that stuff is doing absolutely nothing for you. Zero. Liquid gold can help you replace all of those things that are giving you a whole lot of nothing or a whole lot of inflammation. Oh, look, right to the pictures of me in my bra. So some of you that were at my last webinar, the Real Food Eating Protocol webinar I did 2 weeks ago, this is a little bit of a part 2 to that one, saw this before and after photo. This is me before Real Food, and this is me after Real Food, in between my two sons. That second picture there. And I have this is not with liquid gold in my diet. This is just have changed Real Food. And it was, don't get me wrong, 100% transformative for me. But in this last year, I have introduced liquid gold to the equation, to my body, all 5 of these foods in high concentrations and regularly and consistently. And what I've experienced is a 20-pound weight loss from where I was at exactly last year at this time. Now I will, full disclosure, that smiling first picture of me there on the left with the purple headband, that's about 15 months after having my second son. So there was still baby weight on me, but it wasn't really coming off. I was back on real food, doing my jam, walking the talk that I talk. Real food isn't terribly hard for me to maintain. Don't ask me about exercise or meditation. But yeah, real food's my jam. So I had that going on in the left-hand picture, but I was inflamed. My joints hurt a lot. I was super moody. The baby was sleeping through the night at that point, so I was getting sleep. And I was struggling. I was really struggling. I had a lot of anxiety. I remember the day of this photo shoot, I felt incredibly anxious. Everything to do with the business made me panicky. And the picture you see on the right there is me after only about 7 months, 6 to 7 months of liquid gold nourishment in my diet. And I went down 20 pounds, and I think most compelling is the significant decrease in body pain that I experienced when I introduced liquid gold. My members know I was having a persistent issue in my left hand that was starting to really freak me out. For those of you with RA, and I mean, I've worked with so many people with inflammatory conditions over the years that it was like, oh, no, I'm not getting a second autoimmune disease here. I have a celiac diagnosis. I have the markers for celiac. And so the likelihood that I might develop a second autoimmune disease is present. So I'm always aware of that. And it's one of the reasons that the food and nourishment part is so important to me. And I had this shooting pain and a lump that started happening on one of these knuckles. And I was freaked out. And I went hard on the liquid gold over the summer. This picture was taken in the end of August, the beginning of September. And I felt great. This was another professional photo shoot. And I felt zero nerves. I do sort of look like I'm choking my 10-year-old. I'm not. We're joking around there. So this is my before and after from 2018, liquid gold one. What do you think? Okay, want to just give a couple of quick, for those of you that are experiencing struggle around food, a little bit of a heads up around why you might be experiencing that struggle. There's a danger zone that happens with food when you get in this place of black and white thinking. Tell me if you can relate, where you start saying things like, ooh, I was good today, right? I didn't have any cookies. I was good. Or, ooh, I had a bad weekend with food. I was bad, right? I had alcohol. And then once I drank, oh man, it was all over. I couldn't stop eating. Yeah? Anyone? Danger zone is also the diet dogma, I call it. I put a hashtag recently on a post that I was responding to, and it's a down with diet dogma. And I think I might just start using that more. This thing that's happening in our culture where it's like everyone is so passionate about what diet is working for them that they kind of want to let everybody else know you're wrong and I'm right. I have the answer. And I can't say that I've been immune to this. When I first started this business 8 years ago, I totally thought that everyone who was autoimmune needed to be paleo, or really thought everyone needed to be paleo, because holy crap, look at my transformation that happened. I went on real food and I cut out gluten and grains and dairy and right, the heavens opened. Wrong, incorrect. As I listened to my clients over the years, as I saw people transform, I realized that there really is such a thing as bio-individuality, guys. But you got to be eating real food. You have to be eating nutrients. And then we can go ahead and dice up which real foods are working and which aren't for you. Man, and that diet dogma thing, be careful when you start making declarations. I have clients that went vegan and just told everyone, I mean, I understand you're passionate about it, but just, I am vegan to everyone. I am, as part of your identity, right? And I get being proud of it. I totally get that. And when the vegan diet stopped working for them, I'm thinking of one client in particular, it was like hell for her to go back to the family gatherings and the friends and even the husband and all these people that she had just so vehemently said for all these years, like, I am this, and this is so important to me, and you're wrong and I'm right kind of thing, and say like, actually, I'm not that anymore. Be careful of the diet dogma. Wrong execution. I see this all the time too. This is why we need coaching. Going at it alone. Guys, if you're trying to heal your body with nourishment and food and you're totally alone on the journey, honestly, I think that's like saying like, well, I need therapy, but I'm just going to do it to myself. I'm just going to give myself therapy. I mean, does that sound extreme? It might sound extreme to you, but from where I'm sitting and with what I see with my clients and my members and in my group programs, going at it alone is a recipe for disaster. You need community and you need coaching, and I'm going to get into that. Or trying to buy your way out of it. Somebody asked on a celery juice post that I wrote recently, where can I purchase celery juice pre-made? And I said, honey, you got to get in the kitchen and you have to make it. I see this a lot at lunchtime. People say, I go out for lunch, but I make good choices. Right? I got to tell you, if you're eating at a restaurant once a day, you're not making good choices, and you don't even know why you're not making good choices, because the food is not organic. And if you're eating the salad every time, you're eating a whole lot of pesticides, and that lean piece of factory farmed chicken that they're putting on top and cooking in canola oil isn't doing you any favors. You can't buy your way out of it. You got to show up. And people get disastrous results when they get too restrictive. I have been there. I know this one first thing, really getting yourself like, I can only eat these things, and I have this reaction to this one thing, so that is off the plate. I spent years not eating nightshades, tomatoes, peppers, and white potatoes. Oh, white potatoes. I had them fried in some avocado oil tonight. I've been putting them in the cast iron skillet in avocado oil, like sliced into thick discs, and they turn into like potato chips and get crispy. Yes. Why do I need potato chips? I don't. I have organic Yukon Gold potatoes I can fry in organic avocado oil and put sea salt on. But getting really restrictive, I realized that once I got my inflammation down, once that bucket wasn't spilling, if you know that analogy, I was able to eat nightshades, and they didn't cause me pain. So I don't know if the nightshades were the problem, or if they, my body just couldn't handle them at that time. Don't start dicing things up and getting really, really restrictive, or, staying on the AIP, the autoimmune protocol, for years and years. That is not meant to be stayed on for years and years. You're not meant to be on a candida protocol for 5 years. You're not killing the candida if you're on it for 5 years. Be careful. You'll start to hate food. And then a negative mindset, the thing that starts to happen, just the around food, the resentment that can happen. You just start hating yourself. Hating all the people around you, hating your kitchen, hating dinner time, hating lunchtime, hating breakfast. And oh man, that sounds like a crappy recipe for a crappy life. None of that here. What if I told you that I have developed a method that gets you to reduce inflammation, improve your digestion, and lose weight without feeling hungry or deprived? I don't believe in hunger. Nope. We're supposed to eat. Improve digestion, lose weight without feeling hungry or deprived, and getting little results, so that you can feel better in your body in as little as 1 month, even if you're afraid of failing. Would you believe me? Type yes, type maybe, type no. But what if I told you that? What do you think? Well, the truth of the situation is that I have developed a method, and that's what I'm delivering to you tonight. Here it is, 5 parts for transformation. This is critical, guys. If you're taking notes, this is where you want to start. There are 5 components that you need in place for any transformation with nourishment to heal your body. This is over 8 years of working, 500 hours of coaching. This is what I've pulled together. You must eat real food. Must eat real food. We all kind of know what real food is, right? I hope so. Last webinar can go back out as a replay. If not, it's a valuable resource. And I'll show you my real food definition tonight. Number 2, liquid gold. You must have liquid gold, and I'm going to break it down for you tonight. Number 3, coaching. This is the part where it was like, oh, I'm going to give therapy to myself even though I need therapy. Yeah, therapy is wonderful. I'm not knocking it, but I'm going to tell you, for transformation in my world, you need some good coaching. I receive coaching. All coaches get coaching. There's no shame in coaching. It helps you be in a place of action with what you say you want to do for yourself and with your body. Accountability is a powerful thing, huh, guys? And just, being able to look at your stuff. Number 4, you must have community. You've got to have community, any kind of community. It doesn't have to be my community, but being alone on this journey, like I said earlier, not going to get you there. And 5th, and really quite critical piece, because I've seen a lot of people use all 4 of the other pieces, but miss this one and end up with very inconsistent results. You have to make a commitment to yourself, not to the program, not to, a certain diet. Yes. Ultimately, it's a commitment to you, to showing up for you, to putting yourself first. to saying no to the things that are not nourishing you, food or otherwise, and showing up for yourself in the kitchen, right? At the grocery store, within your budget, in your relationship with your partner as you navigate this complicated equation. Showing up for you, your commitment. Real food, real quick, high quality, single ingredients. Ideally, it's not from a package. Yes, some people say to me, well, then do you press your own olive oil? No, I don't consider a bottle of high quality cold pressed oil a package, but single ingredients within reason here, right? Sourced from nature and cooked yourself at home. Or if you're lucky, cooked by a very willing and loving and capable partner for you. Couple quick examples of real food. These are recipes. The top one from my blog here, the warm apple chia pudding. I just can't get enough of this recipe right now. Has anybody made this? It's tremendous. The pecans are all crunchy on top. The chia pudding, gosh, it makes a really good substitute for oatmeal if you've gone grain-free and you miss oats. And then apples and almond butter, of course. Who doesn't love that? But when you combine them with the chia, and then, of course, a little sprinkle of maple syrup and raw honey. 2 breakfast options here, and then a frittata, right? So many people eat bregs for egg-fist. I should coin that. So many people eat eggs for breakfast, but they kind of forget about the veggies. And veggies at breakfast are not gross. They're fantastic. These are all, besides the chia pudding, the pictures I'm showing you, most of them come from the menu plans available in the transformation program. So you're seeing actual recipes. The top one is a turkey apple skillet hash. Really lovely. I just made this last week at a corporate demo that I did. Just a lovely breakfast, lunch, or dinner skillet meal. Dirty one pan, folks, my favorite kind of meal. Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, red onion, the apples, and then I think I put some curry powder or poultry seasoning in there. Simple, really, really good. Bottom is a lentil masala soup. In this cold weather, soups are a fantastic way to get lots of nutrients. And look, there's green stuff on top. We like the green stuff, hint, hint. Snacks, that's a pumpkin tahini energy ball. I'm proud of that recipe. It's really delicious, especially after it sits in the refrigerator for a few days. And a beloved recipe at the bottom there, that's 3-ingredient fudge, folks. If you want to scratch this one down, and if you've never made it, it's 1 cup of cocoa powder or raw cacao, 1 cup of melted unrefined coconut oil, and 1 cup of maple syrup. Yes, real maple syrup, not Aunt Jemima. Mix those together. Put them in little muffined cups, put them in the freezer, and you've got fudge in 20 to 40 minutes. It's really good. You guys into the 3-ingredient fudge? So I can't see the chat and run this at the same time. I apologize, but I'm going to assume my team is taking care of any questions that are coming in. I will stop to take questions. Here we are, liquid gold, folks. This is the part you've all been waiting for. Liquid gold, I'm defining that as nourishment from nutrient-dense liquids used to replace undesirable and highly inflammatory liquids and foods, and highly effective for healing the body. Who wants to drink some liquid gold? Raise your hand, raise your cup. First liquid gold. Oh, my fun font didn't turn out when it imported. Bummer. I had a really good font, scripty font. No wonder those other slides looked funny. All right. Perfection is boring, right, Rye? Yes. Smoothies. I'm putting this one first because it's one of the most well-known liquid golds out there and one that many of you are probably doing. Raise your hand if you've got smoothies going on. What's your favorite combo? Share it with the group. Tell us. Smoothies combine fruits, vegetables, and superfoods. Trendy term, but you know what I mean. In a blender. Yes, ideally in a high-powered blender, but you can still have smoothies from an Oster blender. You just shouldn't put kale in them. And they really work beautifully as a meal replacement. The key to a delicious, filling, creamy, meal-replaced smoothie is to make sure it's macronutrient balanced. So our macros are protein, carbs, and fats, right? And you want your smoothie to have all 3 of those so that it sticks with you for the 2.5 to 3.5 hours maybe until you're ready for your next meal or a little snacky nibble. Green smoothies have you putting greens in with those fruits. That's usually the vegetable component. And the more greens, the better here in this liquid gold concoction. Let's see. What's everybody's favorite smoothie? Who's making them? Shayla says, shouldn't put kale in smoothies or in blenders. No, I probably spoke poorly about that one. I said you shouldn't put kale in a crappy blender is basically what I was getting at. It's just not going to break down as well. Although I did learn a trick recently working with a client. Oh, look, Mary Julia's posting as me. She posted the 3-ingredient fudge recipe. Thank you, MJ. Make sure you click on that link, guys. You can put your liquid and your greens in the blender and blend those up first and then put all your other stuff in. And you won't end up with like kale chunks in your teeth. Okay, good. Baby spinach does well in other blenders. Thank you, Anna. Yes. I like smoothies, but most recipes are all about protein powders. Yeah, Megan, not real food sometimes, huh? If you look on the back of those protein powders, even the ones in Whole Foods and in your co-op, they don't look so good. I really like collagen. I really like unflavored collagen powder. And inside the transformation program, those folks will get all of my top picks with links right to the Amazon products. But take a look at collagen. If you don't do animal products, it's a little tougher with a plant-based protein, but a pea protein may work well for you. Just make sure you're reading those labels. And yes, what's in it is just food. Really good question. Really good label reading there. I love this so much. Y'all are having fun talking to each other. Ooh, Rebecca adds peppermint oil and almonds to her 3-ingredient fudge. This is so fun. Yeah, the recipe is there, Liz. Good. So smoothies. You guys are doing them. There's some ideas there. Scroll through the chat box. I love ginger in my smoothie too. Whoever said that. Yeah. Okay, juices. Guys, juices are and have been my liquid gold of choice. I feel really strongly that the pain I was experiencing in my hand, that inflammation problem that I was having in that before picture, was largely alleviated through adding juices 5 days a week into my diet. I prefer masticating juicers. Transformation members will get those links. You can also join my free Facebook group. MJ, if you add a link to the free Facebook group, if anybody's not in there, I also do some recommendations in there, and we drop a lot of recipes in there too. And a masticating blender is going to retain most of the nutrients from a juice. You can also use a centrifugal blender. Those are the ones that sound a little bit like an airplane taking off when you turn them on, like, right? And they spin. They're great. They're fine. They do a fine job. That's what I started out with 15 years ago when I dabbled in juicing, and I had a Breville juice fountain. That's a masticating juicer, about $100 a couple of years ago. Started off then, and once I got hooked, I invested in an Omega masticating juicer. Not 7 days of juicing. We're not talking about fasting right now. Nope. Not talking about fasting. We're talking about juicing. Yeah, juices as a meal or an add-on. This is a good question, Megan. Thank you for asking it. Juices as an add-on and an addendum. Does that make sense? You got to play around with the juices. I have clients that get really disappointed. They spend all the money on the stuff. They put it through the juicer. They drink it. It was delicious. And then they're like, what happened? I was hungry an hour later. It isn't a meal replacement. But juice with some eggs at breakfast. Remember I was talking about those veggies with your eggs? Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful. Add on. I also use it like at 3 o'clock as a pick-me-up on its own. So it's not a meal. It's more of a snack and a pick-me-up for me, instead of, say, I used to have like a cup of tea when I got home at 3 or 4 and I had to get ready for a second shift, right? Moms out there, it's like, okay, I got to get geared up to do dinner while I manage crazy kids. I need some energy, right? And that was always like, let me drink some tea. In addition to getting better hydration in general, and water, truthfully, is like the master liquid gold here we're not talking about. But in addition to getting energy from being adequately hydrated, I started using carrot, lemon, ginger juice at 3 o'clock. Those of you that have seen me, I like walk around town with this juice. I just like bring it with me in a mason jar. It's super bright orange. It's so beautiful. We can even post a link to the carrot, ginger, lemon juice that's on the blog. And it gives me a buzz. I'm being totally honest here. Juices, can they be made ahead? Yes, they can, Mary Lee. This is the last question I'm going to take. Oh yeah, they are good after a workout. They can, in moderation, a few hours, the morning of, the day of, especially if you have a masticating juicer, you can probably go about 24 hours, but be really careful. A lot of people say like, oh, I made a week's worth of juices, so I don't have to do anything. that juice is losing a lot of nutrients after you break it down. Think about it, it's just been literally chewed. It's been processed and juiced, and that juice is alive at that point. Really, you want to take it out of the juicer and drink it. That's when you're getting the most, and that's when you're not wasting your money on all that produce, really. You're maximizing it. Juicing for the win. At least for me, it's digestible. When that fiber is taken out, guys, that juice can just go straight into the digestive tract, and your body, like, my gut loved it. Oh man, that puppy is barking in his cage. All right, he's just gonna have to bark. I have a puppy. I lost my mind. Okay, we're gonna keep going. This one is very exciting. This one is one that not a lot of people play with, which is why I really, really love introducing this to clients and most recently to my members. Herbal infusions. They're supportive and balancing. This is the one when I talked in the beginning about being a gentle support to your body so that it can do the work of healing. That's an herbal infusion. Mary Julia is our real food herbalist on the team, besides being the person to kind of like make all the things happen that I need to happen, including this webinar tonight. She is an incredible herbalist. She's been studying for 5 years. She's still studying. It's a long apprenticeship in that world. And she is deeply passionate about the power of plants. Plants are food, right? Herbs are food, which is why I really, really love this liquid gold specifically. The power they have in the body. And I am a new convert. I'm only about a month into my herbal infusions, but when I introduced them to the membership last month and we did a liquid gold challenge, I can't even tell you the excitement and the interest in these 3 particular herbs that I want to highlight tonight. Stinging nettles, really just loaded with iron, you guys. Detoxifying and supportive to the system. Really great for moms, postpartum and during pregnancy. Stinging nettles. Lemon balm. Lemon balm, it's besides tasting really good, I've got lemon balm in my custom blend that Mary Julia made for me here. It's lovely. Lemon balm, I don't even have my notes here, MJ. Tell me what lemon balm does. I'm still learning. I think that's the one that's antiviral, am I right? And antibacterial. And that's why I'm particularly interested in it, because I think that one of my underlying things going on in my digestive system is some bacteria and virus that's been living there a long time. Yeah, and I suspect that may be the case for many of you. Epstein-Barr, mono, and strep are 3 viruses that can live dormant in our systems for a long time. So just a little FYI that herbs can be supportive and slowly and effectively moving them out of your system. Holy basil. Holy basil is just the yummiest herb. It's also known as Tulsi. If you know of Tulsi tea, and holy basil is the one that's so supportive emotionally. I know it does things, has nourishing properties for the body, but I know it as just like, it's like getting a hug. It's a good mental health herb. Herbal infusions, and all an infusion means, you guys, is that you have the plant plus some almost boiling water that you cap and let steep. Allow it to steep. We're going to get deep into these herbs inside transformation. But how many of you think that you could start poking around with herbal infusions? Really, really fun and exciting. Soothing and peaceful feelings stinging nettles give me, says Sylvia. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. Oh, lemon balm helps with focus. Oh yeah, I need all of that. Someone just learned they have too much iron. Should I not use stinging nettles? I'm going to have Mary Julia answer that one for you, Catherine. Great question. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. I forgot to mention with the juice, you guys, the celery juice craze also. That's celery juice there. Thank you to my friend Susie Lindquist for the picture. She's a professional photographer. She's wonderful. The celery juice craze is for real, and it's also addressing underlying virus and bacteria in the body. Drinking that 16 ounces of celery juice first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, super powerful. Liquid gold to the rescue. Okay, and herbal infusions. Really, you don't need a lot to do them. They're easy to do. And look, I'm drinking one that I made this morning, and all day I've just been slowly sipping at it, and I'm also getting my hydration in. Bone broth. Bone broth, who knew this one was on the list? You knew. That's an old Instagram photo from one of my first photos years and years ago of a gorgeous glowing batch of bone broth. All that bone broth is a long cooking stock, friends. A culinary stock. If you learned anything in school, cooking school or grandma's kitchen school, cooked with the elders in the tribes, stock is part of every culture. We've lost touch with that, but a long cooking stock, what is it? There's a South African proverb that says a good stock will resurrect the dead. Yes. Chicken soup, Jewish penicillin, chicken soup for the soul, but for the body, right? All of those terms that you hear about soup are true because bone broth is just loaded with collagen. That's the sticky stuff that holds us together. That's the stuff that we lose as we age. The body does not create collagen. You just lose it as you age. But you can drink it in bone broth. How exciting is that? And put collagen back in your body. That's the collagen protein powder too that I was talking about for smoothies. Does something similar, but nothing really replaces bone broth in my opinion, because you're also getting all of the minerals and the amino acids. Glycine and proline are the two biggest bad boy amino acids that you're getting in a bone broth. And 24 hours is your cooking time on chicken, up to 48 on beef. And it's kind of like the greatest chicken soup base you've ever eaten in your entire life. I used to drink it in the mornings. I called it my meat coffee. And I find it really soothing in the wintertime. My kids will totally drink it. Or you can add it to foods. Make a soup with it and drink a cup of that every day, or cook your rice in a bone broth base. There's a lot of ways to integrate it into your diet, but this is the one, the glycine and the proline of this one, guys, they're going into the gut lining. That dog is driving me nuts, honey. If you're watching this, I'm having a hard time blocking him out. He's just barking and barking and barking. Thank you. The wall of the small intestines is supposed to be a little bit permeable. Imagine a screen door, right? It's supposed to let air in and out. But most of our guts, most of our small intestines have developed leaky junctions. The junctions have gotten bigger and bigger, and they're loose. And this is where, 10 minutes? Thank you. Can you do something about the dog? Yeah, he's really driving me nuts. Thank you. Those leaky junctions are part of what's causing problems for you with food sensitivities and digestive problems. Bone broth goes in and begins to mend those junctions. That glycine and proline is powerful. Final liquid gold of the night, friends. Oh, the nut milk, the humble, beautiful, lovely nut milk. Nut milks are a great base for smoothies. You can make a hot cocoa. You can pull together the most gorgeous golden milk. My golden milk recipe is just crave-worthy. I want it every single night now. And they're really easy to do with just a blender and a strainer. If you don't have a high-powered blender, a hemp milk, and I do include some nut milk recipes in that ebook at the end. Each one of these liquid golds has several recipes included in the ebook. If I'm not mistaken, Mary Julia, can you confirm that? You can make a hemp milk in a non-high-powered blender, just beautifully. And a coconut milk too, from shredded coconut if you soak it long enough. But a high-powered blender, a Ninja, a NutriBullet might do an okay job, but really a Vitamix or a Blendtec are going to break down those almonds or those cashews. I made cashew milk yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was good. Break those nuts down. If nuts are your choice, you can also use coconut, but hemp is my favorite. Break them down and give you a healthy base with good fats and none of those fillers from nut milks. That box of nut milk that you're buying, guys, I'm sorry, it's total crap. It's not real food. Full disclosure, I got a box of it in my fridge right now. It certainly comes in handy when I haven't made nut milk and my 2-year-old is screaming about something and needs it. So yes, being in your kitchen and prepping it is key for this, with all of it, really. But nut milk's on hand. Gosh, smoothies taste so much better with a homemade nut milk. Are you guys making your nut milks? Please chime in. Comforting and creamy. I have even gone to the refrigerator, and so many of you said milk in the beginning was your childhood food. Drinking it straight out of the carton from the refrigerator is really part of the appeal, no? Am I the only person? I can't be the only person. That's a thing. You can do that with nut milks. Just unscrew that. I went over to the cashew milk before and was just like, oh, just a little bit of that creaminess. There's something really key about creamy. Nut milks, liquid gold number 5. There is a 6th. It is fermented foods, and I have omitted that for the purposes of time, fermented drinks. And it is going to be a bonus one inside of transformation. We're not going to talk about it tonight. Kombucha and kefir. Go do your research, or we can talk about it in the New School U, my free Facebook group. But these are your 5 bad boys, guys. What questions do you have about liquid gold before I go to the last and final parts of our presentation here? Good. Glycine and proline. Good. You're all talking to each other and answering each other's questions. I love this. Bridger says, I'm still hanging on to my organic half and half and my 1 cup of coffee each morning. You know what? If it works for you, great. I am not anti-dairy. I have plenty of clients who still hang on to some high quality dairy, and I am absolutely fine with that. You got to know whether it works for you, though. Liquid golds can help you to see that. There's no way to know if a food isn't working for you unless you take it out and then reintroduce it. Okay, on to the third part of the formula for successful transformation. I'm glad we got to give you your liquid gold juiciness. I went way over. Oh no, I did pretty good. I was going to spend 20 minutes on it. Coaching. Coaching inside the transformation program is delivered. Here we go. I had a cold last week and it's just not going away. I might have to take a spoonful of honey, which is only funny because I'm on a sugar-free challenge and I'm not eating any sweeteners. But a spoonful of honey can really lubricate the throat. Hey, Nick. Can you text Nick, Mary Juliet, ask him to bring me a spoonful of raw honey? Okay, so coaching inside of transformation is delivered a lot like this on this exact platform. And back and forth between parties is everything. I love coaching. What I'm doing right now, this is teaching. This is not coaching. Coaching is me asking you, what have you seen in tonight's presentation that you're already doing and you can pat yourself on the back for? Let's feel good about ourselves. This is a really important part of coaching, you guys, to recognize what's going well. And I do this with all my clients and in all of my sessions. And it's a way to train the brain. It's a way to get the mindset piece going. That's really what coaching does, to reinforce good patterns and habits and start extinguishing the ones that are not so fabulous. Community. There's community inside of transformation. Via an app called Voxer. This is an incredible tool I use with my super high-paying private clients to keep the communication alive, to keep the questions going, to keep the, thank you, honey, to keep the learning happening. It's not just me that can help you transform, and I don't want that. I mean, you're doing the transformation work. Thank you. Just so y'all know, a spoonful of honey. Oh my gosh, I haven't had sweeteners in a week, really? Oh my God, it's so sweet. That's cool. I'll have a little more.
Want some more?
Leave it here though, just in case, babe. Thank you so much. A spoonful of honey is super effective if you're coughing or just a little bit of that lubrication. The community part, and Susie's post here I wanted to highlight from inside the membership. That is not open right now, but community is the strongest part of the membership. And she says, the problem for me surfaces when I get burned out. I feel alone and like something is wrong with me because I just can't eat normal and I sabotage all my good stuff with mental and physical junk. And then she goes on to talk about how the community has provided her exactly what she needs to feel like she's not alone. There's nothing wrong with her and that she's not alone in eating clean. This is so powerful, you guys. So powerful. And then commitment, the third C, critical to transformation. You showing up for you. Yes, that's all totally up to you. I have nothing to do with that. I might be inspiring you right now to show up for you, but at the end of the day, you have to practice the art of putting yourself first. And it's not easy. It's not always easy. But it's so fun to watch somebody do it, to support them in doing it, to give them the tools to do it, and to watch how they transform. So that is my method to help you lose weight, reduce inflammation, improve digestion without feeling hungry or deprived, so that you can feel better in your body in as little as 1 month, even if you are afraid of failing. Real food, liquid gold, coaching, community, and commitment is what it has taken to watch these two women completely transform. Holly Ann went from a size 14 to a size 6. She gradually moved over to real food, and she doesn't do it perfectly. She is dairy-free, and her favorite liquid golds are smoothies, nut milks, and herbal infusions. She's a big yes on the 3 C's of community, commitment, and coaching. She's constantly showing up for those 3 parts. And in the 1 year between picture 1 and picture 2, she's experienced less migraines, dramatic improvement of nerve pain, her words, not mine, and less colds and flu. Not to mention, she just comes across to me as significantly more empowered in her life. Holly Ann has a partner, I should say, who eats completely differently, not real food at all. And she has been able to do this work by committing to it for herself. Pretty cool, huh? Congratulations, Holly Ann, on showing up for yourself. Meet Nicole. She came to me with the goal to lose 40 pounds by the time she turned 40. She was the first person to sign up for transformation last year, February 1, and she brought her goal with her and said, I'm kicking it off right now. Here we are 1 year later. Nicole has been low on gluten, grains, and sugar. Her liquid golds of choice are smoothies, celery juice, bone broth, and ferments. She hit it hard, and look, you can see it there. And she's a huge yes to showing up for herself, coaching, and community. She said this to me when I asked her about the difference in these pictures. I feel strong. I feel like a badass. I feel ready to do my work in the world. How amazing does she look between these 2 pictures? I look at her body language even from picture 1 and picture 2. Look at her smile. Look at the light in her eyes. If you know her, you can see a huge difference in these 2 pictures just in life force. I will say Nicole started to run maybe halfway through her journey, and that accelerated weight loss for her, but she would not have been able to run at picture number 1. She needed real food to get her inflammation down. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nicole. She needed real food to get the inflammation down and get herself in a place where she could start to move her body. How amazing is that picture? Your ebook is coming. Don't go anywhere, guys. What if I took care of these for you? What if the team took care of these pieces for you? The real food part with menu plans, with a complete 1 week snapshot of every meal and your liquid gold and how to do it all. What if we took care of the liquid gold piece, teaching you how to do it with video tutorials and also PDF 1-page downloads of what equipment to buy, how to do it, and how to integrate it into your life with practical tips? What if I took care of the coaching for you? 3 sessions just like this over the course of the transformation month to get that mindset piece going and strong. And then community, of course. Voxer, the app that keeps everything alive. This entire program is done off of Facebook, which I know is appealing to many of you. All I need from you is that 5th piece, that commitment. Are you ready tonight to commit to yourself? You can do it. Transformation, $227 if you're not a member, $199 if you are a member. This is an absolute steal for 1 month of me, essentially with a small group, hand-holding and walking you through liquid gold protocol along with real food and with that coaching and community piece so that you can transform your experience of yourself and your body so that you can feel better in your skin, so that you can look in the mirror and say, I like who I am and how I'm showing up in the world right now. That's what transformation can do for you. The month is 28 days long. We start on February 1, working together to get prepped. And on February 8th is actually day 1 of 21 hard and fast days of doing the work together. Laura says, I did the transformation program last January. It is so worth it. That's my sister, and it was worth it. She lost weight. She lost inflammation. She looks fantastic. Okay. I want to offer a bonus to you all tonight real quick. If you buy before midnight tonight, Mary Julia has offered to send you for free, everything included, shipping, 2 weeks of an herbal infusion of those 3 blends I talked about tonight. That stinging nettles, lemon balm, and, holy basil. Yes, I did it. Already blended with high quality organic herbs from Mary Julia's apothecary and 2 weeks supply of daily nourishment. So that while you do transformation, you don't have to worry about this herbal piece. You don't have to buy those herbs. You don't have to get on Amazon and buy 3 separate ones. We got it taken care of for you. Take care of yourself. Whoops, that's not the slide. take care of yourself by jumping in on transformation. I am about to pop it up on the screen. Let's see. Can you see it? Let me know. Can you see the link for transformation? There are 30 available spots to receive before midnight tonight, the Liquid Gold Nourishing Herbal Infusion Blend. You do have until January 31st to buy. You will not get the blend if you buy anytime after tomorrow morning. Tell me if you can see that offer. Yes. Who is ready to jump in and make the commitment to yourself right now tonight to show up for yourself, for your body, for your health, for your kids, for your future grandkids or your grandkids now, and join me in this really, really exciting program. It shows great. We see it. Yes, thank you, everyone. This really exciting program that I cannot wait to do with you. I'm a perfectionist, yes. And so with a lot of my programs and products, I get a little bit like, yeah, you should join me. It's pretty amazing because, you know, it's not perfect yet. This program isn't perfect, but I have never felt more confident about a product that I'm putting out there. This product gets me fired up. This product gets me, it makes me teary. When I look at Nicole's picture and when I look at Holly's picture and when my sister chimes in, this is the magic zone, guys, for really, really seeing results and for really committing to yourself. And it's deeply satisfying. Caroline says it's not a link. So when you click, it doesn't go to transformation. Maybe the team can test that for me and they can put a link up. How do we get the offer for the blend, says Melissa. If you buy before midnight tonight, we will automatically ship you the blend. You don't have to do anything special. We'll know that your order came in before midnight, Melissa. Thank you for asking. Do you have any questions? I'm going to get your Liquid Gold ebook up right now for you, but I want to take questions. Questions about the program? There's a link right there, you guys. Group coaching with Rihanna. Click, so if you see the product, guys, you can't just click anywhere on it. You have to click join me. There's a button at the bottom. Click on join me. Somebody test that join me button, please, and let me know if it works. Caroline is having trouble with that link. The link works. Okay, great. Okay. Any questions about the program? We already have 6 people who have bought. I'm only opening up 40 spots total. 40 might sound like a lot to you. I have 200 in my membership, and that's like a party that we have and totally manageable. 40 is intimate. Okay, great. So I'm going to give you your thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. What if we're out of town for a week and not able to cook? Could I start a week late? We actually officially start on the 8th, Melissa. So that first week of February is a prep week. If that is your that is your week that you're traveling. Send me a message though. I mean, it's doable. We had people last year that worked around travel and anniversary and birthday kind of stuff. Guys, this isn't about doing it perfectly either. Yes, the more you commit to it, the more you're going to get out of it. But none of my work is about doing it perfectly. This is why we have the coaching and the mindset piece. When we get in that mindset, remember in the beginning, one of the pitfalls when we get in black and white thinking, that there's disaster there. So that's not where we're going with transformation. We're going to commit hard and we're going to go in all together and we're going to encourage each other. And I'm going to keep you in the zone, but this isn't about perfection. Okay, let's see. And now your Liquid Gold, share a file, share file. Okay, so you should see on your screen a file, an instant PDF download of some delicious, juicy, nourishing Liquid Gold recipes that I've put together just for you as a thank you for being here at the live webinar. And I'm honored that you chose to spend an hour with me. I know that your time is valuable, and I hope that you got something out of this. If you're still on and you haven't run away, what did you get out of tonight? This is a really nice thing that I do at the end of every coaching call to help you kind of pull a takeaway out. We never remember everything that we hear in presentations. In fact, I think it's 10% that's often absorbed. So what's your 10% tonight? What are you walking away with that you're like, I got this, or I'm going to focus on this, or this piece is missing for me, and I'm going to start to cultivate that. Where are you with real food, Liquid Gold, community, coaching, and commitment? Which one of those 5 things can you stand to show up in a little bit more in your experience? And which liquid gold has you salivating and excited to introduce into your body this year? Talk to me. I will hang out for a few minutes for questions. If you see the PDF link, it looks like it's up. Let me know if there's any problems with that. Melissa got out, don't be black and white. Yes, that's a hugely valuable one, Melissa. Nick says nutrition is self-love. It really is. And when we get that piece, it's pretty game-changing. Sylvia says, I am committing to myself. Yes, Sylvia, I've seen you commit to yourself, and it's positively inspiring. Catherine, I need the coaching. I'm looking forward to transformation. I'm thrilled you're already on the roster, Catherine. We're going to have a blast. Celery juice, says Catherine, your energy is contagious. Oh, I'm so glad. This is what happens when you get coaching with me. People leave a session, leave this kind of interaction, whether it's virtual or in person, it doesn't matter. And you are jazzed to go back out there and take care of yourself, to show up for yourself. This is the magic part, guys. This is the mindset and magic part that makes my programs, especially transformation, super valuable. Cassie's taking away ideas for adding the herbal infusions. I'm so glad. That really is a new one for a lot of us. And I can't wait to hear how it is going to positively impact your body and your experience. Caroline says, I struggle with this question. There's so much to walk away with. I cannot do transformation right now, says Sylvia. Yeah, when will you do it again? To be totally honest, Sylvia, this is currently running as a once-a-year product, as a February thing. I don't know why. February has always been a month of transformation for me. I hate changing anything in January. I think it's so much pressure. I spend January just kind of like visioning and getting clear on what I want to change. And then February, I jump in. It's also the shortest month. So I may do it again in the fall. That is a change month. That's a transformation month for many of us. September, October, perhaps again, but this isn't something I'm going to offer anytime soon. So if this resonates with you, jump in now. Mindy, liquid gold is my opportunity. I love this so much. Yes, especially because you have those other pieces in place, Mindy, really quite firmly. Bringing that liquid golden piece. Yeah, remember my before and after picture just from last year. Did not change a lot with the food. I brought in the liquid gold and pooh, that inflammation just dropped off of me. Adrian, breakfast has been a huge problem for a long time. I need to get that chia recipe. It is on the blog, Adrian. If you just go to thenewschoolkitchen.com and type in the search engine, even just the word chia, that warm apple chia pudding will come up. It's really good. It's really good. Mary Lee, we raise our own food as much as possible, make bone broth and ferment. So I think it would help me to delve deeper. Yeah, and many of you I know are doing a lot of these things right now, but are you doing all of them, right? Do you have all those 5 pieces of what it means to transform and the liquid golds? Sylvia, maybe next year or in the fall. Yeah, I would love to have you then. If now is not the right time, I love that you know that for yourself. Wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and log off, guys. We're 7 minutes over. I really, again, appreciate you. Please don't hesitate to send me a message. I will send you an email wrap up with a replay on this. If you know anybody who would like to hear this information and would get something out of it, please do forward that on. And thank you. Liz wants to know how to order the herbal infusion blends. Yeah, you can order those separately without joining transformation. 100%. Go into the shop, thenewschoolkitchen.com/shop. Right on the webpage there, Mary Julia, I call her my doppelganger, which I think is like not a flattering word, but I think it's funny. She is on as me. So where you see Rihanna there, she's going to drop a link to the shop and to the herbs. Can't see the link anymore. Okay, so I can post I'm going to go back to the transformation offer and see if that's still active. Yep. Great. That follow-up will have any other information that you all need. Thank you. I love you. And I can't wait to hear about your transformation. Always share with me. Inside the Facebook group, you can send me a messenger request, or you can come in and have a coaching call with me in person at my office at Tidal Creek, a private office I have there. I do individual sessions, or I do phone sessions, which are a lot of fun and really, really effective too. So if you just need that coaching piece, yes, let's do it. Let's talk. You are so techie. Oh dear gosh, I'm not. Thank you, darling. You are inspirational. Thank you, Liz. There's the link to the herbal infusions. MJ just posted it right there. It's a $13 product, really kind of a deal. I thought you priced that really fairly, Mary Julia. And if I were y'all, I would snag some of that herbal blends and get started on that liquid gold right away. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome night. I'm going to hit the stop button now. Liquid gold for the win.